Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Advanced Level, a weekly episode where we talk about video games, video game culture, and tech, which eventually leads to other topics of video game culture and tech. My name is Felipe Parada and the other guy doesn't need any introduction, Oscar Portillo. Oscar, how's it going?
What's up, Felipe?
Good, good. So how was your weekend?
It was good. So, Saturday was my birthday.
Oh yes, by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you. A spry 37.
You're young, man. You're young.
So, I went to a barcade.
Oh yes, it was in Jersey City?
Yeah.
And please share your experience.
So, I suck at real pinball. I think we spoke about that last week.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week too.
I tried to play pinball. I suck at it. I played Daytona 500. Daytona.
Oh my god, it feels like every arcade has that. And wait, was it the one that had the 6 cabinets?
No, they don't have room for that. They had the two cabinets.
Ah, that's not the real Daytona. Come on.
I know.
Get out of here with that.
For some reason they had X-Men Children of the Atom, like
Really?
the fighting game.
What was that one of the first ones?
I think it felt old.
Okay, Children of the Atom. Okay.
My favorite arcade. I think this is my favorite arcade game. I'm gonna say it. Ninja Turtles arcade.
No, You know what? I'm definitely gonna agree with you on that one, because when I played it down at the Game Vault in Parsippany,
Yeah.
they had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, and we played it to the point where our hands started hurting.
I didn't get that far, but
Oh no,
I ran out
no.
of tokens, so
No, we ran to the very end. We stuck through it. We stuck through it. We fought Krang. We fought Shredder. We won, but there were casualties, namely our hands, and it hurt. It hurt.
yeah, man. Yeah, you don't remember, but when you start playing those little joysticks and stuff, yeah, they're a little pain. Mortal Kombat.
Of course,
The
always
first
a
one.
classic. Always a classic.
And I also got in my birthday. It was fun, but I also got a $50 PSN card.
Oh, those are the gifts that keep giving.
And I need advice from you on what. Now, I'm gonna wait for a sale this week.
Okay. Now,
Because I
Are
checked already, and there was nothing good.
you got a $50 PlayStation Network card. Okay. Now, are you limiting yourself to only sales, or are you looking to sort of put this towards a new purchase?
I would like a sale. I would like the most bang for my buck.
Most bang for your buck. Okay. Which,
I have no problem spending a decent amount on one game.
right. Yeah, but this is a $50 card though. You want to make sure you use all of it and you use it wisely. No. I completely
I
feel
want
you.
to see what I want to see tomorrow. See what they have. So what do you?
I would
If
say,
you,
right,
what would you do
if I had the $50, right,
Right.
I would definitely stick with the sale. I would wait until PSN has those flash sales where everything goes on sale for like 50 cents and just go insane.
Just buy like a million games for 50
Just
cents.
buy games for $2.99, $3.99, and then add them to your backlog.
So you don't think maybe I should just add one, Assassin's Creed sometimes, or like Horizon Zero Dawn? You don't think I should go that?
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
if what I would do is, and I'm actually glad you brought that up. If you have $50, right? I believe Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition. I don't know what they're calling it, but I know the complete edition.
The game of the year.
The game of the year is maybe going for $25. I'm not sure, but you could definitely get it on sale for at least 20. Same
On
thing
PSN?
on PSN, but you have to really watch out because it's always one of those sales where it's only like a day.
One of the flash sales.
Yeah, no, but it's like it literally will say weekend sale or 1 day sale, kind of like what Macy's does. Every day's a 1 day sale for some strange reason. And same thing for Assassin's Creed Origins, because I know Assassin's Creed Origins is starting to come down in price, but that's the base game, not the Game of the Year edition. So you have a better chance of getting more bang for your buck if you buy Horizon
All
Zero
right.
Dawn, the Game of the Year edition.
Okay, I'm gonna wait to see. Wait for tomorrow,
Okay?
and then maybe wait until the weekend.
But I definitely want to hear your outcome. I want to hear what games you bought, what games you're thinking about buying.
I'm willing to put in even $5 from my own $5 or $10 from chip to make it 60.
Yeah, you can do that as well. I mean, but then again,
Remember, there's tax.
yeah, if you want to buy one game, you know.
I know, or if I want to maybe buy one or two, and the second game is a little bit, a little bit more.
Yeah, but definitely, I would definitely recommend going for like a Horizon Zero Dawn or an Assassin's Creed Origin, but wait until the sale is like, okay, I can't pass this up. Like me, like the idiot that I passed up the $20 sale for Overwatch. You don't
Yeah,
want
you
you don't
should.
you don't want to be me. You don't want to do that. Like the cable commercials. Don't be like this guy.
Yeah, so I had a good weekend.
Okay,
I got
that's
it.
good. That's good. So not only did you have a good weekend, but now you have something to show for it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's as you can hear my hands rubbing together. That's when you know you're gonna make a good decision. And like I said, I want to hear what.
So you don't think I should buy like a million of those I am bread or whatever?
No. Like a goat simulator.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the new farm simulator's coming up.
Oh snap!
The
I need that.
The new farm sim. You got to be careful with that.
Once I start playing that, you know how I get. That's it.
I am bred goat simulator. There's heart
Surgeon, yeah.
Heart surgeon. You could really do some like if you wait for those sales, you could really do some damage.
No, but I think you're right. I should get a Horizon Zero Dawn or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they're relatively cheap now.
Assassin's Creed, I think I saw for $30.
Yeah,
but just like you said, just the base game.
Yeah, I bought the base game during Black Friday, and it was $35. And you know what?
Is it good DLC?
No, that's the base game. It was the base
No,
game.
I know, but do you know if there's
Yes,
good
it does have DLC, and it has very good DLC from what I read. And I know a friend who actually bought the DLC, and he says it is very, like, he was surprised how good it was. Because especially in this day and age where kind of the DLC kind of sucks,
Yeah.
it's good to know that there are some games out there that are still pumping out good DLC. And Horizon Zero Dawn is one of those games that has amazing
you mean
DLC.
Assassin's Creed?
Well, Assassin's Creed and Horizon Zero Dawn, they both have
Okay.
amazing DLC. So you can't go wrong with either one.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna see what's for sale.
Yeah, but I would recommend wait for the sale, and then, you know what, if you feel that it's not going to get any lower, just pull the trigger. Because guess what? If you buy either game, we'll use those games as an example.
Right.
Either one, for the price, the content that's in it, you're getting your money's worth. You're getting more than your
I
money's
do
worth.
know that. You can't beat it.
Yeah, you're getting more than your money's worth. So there's no worries there.
I'll report back next week on what I got.
For those of you who didn't listen last week, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about our backlog.
Right.
And we're talking about a specific method that we should use, right? It was one of two methods.
Right.
Where we can actually sit down and focus on one specific game. So I actually did a test, and I took some video of it, and I put a couple names in a cup.
Okay.
I shook up the cup, and then I picked the name out.
And what'd you get?
I got Dying Light, which was a big surprise for me. So
Now, how far are you into the game prior to the cup?
I looked into the stats, and I'm about halfway through.
Okay.
So it makes sense for me to go back to Dying Light since I'm already almost halfway done with it. But
Right.
I was actually shocked that I didn't get like The Witcher 3 or a much larger open world. But
Do you remember what else was in that cup?
The Witcher 3, Just Cause 3, Dying Light was one of them.
Okay.
Actually, No Man's Sky, Mafia 3. There was a couple of and Shadow of Mordor.
Okay.
Was another one. So it was quite a bit. But you know what? I'm happy with the decision, and now there's no excuse for me not to go back and just finish each game one by one. And I'm gonna do it. Once I finish Dying Light, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do the roulette again. I'm gonna do the raffle.
Now, have you actually gone back?
Yes.
In the week.
Yes, I have gone back in the week. I've been splitting my time between No Man's Sky and Dying Light.
Dying
I
Light.
was recording some videos for the site for the YouTube channel, and I decided to go back and forth. So yeah, I've been kind of splitting my time, and you know what? It's just good to just sit down there and just focus on one game.
Yeah, it helps to kind of laser focus on a certain game, so you can just get rid of it or finish it.
And I
As long as you're having fun.
and I remember playing it, right? And I remember what you had said about starting a game and then for no reason whatsoever
Yeah.
just stopping it. And this was one of those games. I got into it, and for some strange reason, I don't know why, I just stopped playing it.
Well, I went back to Observer
Okay.
last night,
hmm
and I started kind of getting into that. My only gripe with that game is there's a lot of frame rate issues.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean I'm gonna finish it, but there's frame rate issues. But other than that, I really like the game.
Hmm.
The world is awesome. It's really detailed. Rutger Howard, how can
Is it not?
I really like it, but just some of the frame rate issues are bad.
Is it an open world game, or what kind of game is it?
No, it's a story-driven game
Oh, it's a story-driven
from
game.
A to B. There's a little bit exploring,
hmm
but it's not open world now.
Okay. And the reason why I'm asking that is because, Dying Light, for those of you who haven't played it, is an open world zombie game. Very similar to
Yeah.
a game, not Dying Light, Dead Island. Remember that game? Same people who did the first
Dead Island?
Yeah. Techland,
Yeah.
right? Which was a game that got mixed receptions, right? So I'm playing the game. It's an open world game. It's a very good game. I recommend it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, there's always that one question. And the
Right.
question is, does this sort of fit in to the best open world games that I've played?
You mean Dying Light? Or...
Yeah, Dying Light.
Oh, okay.
Does it fit into that category? Now, there's best open world games, and then I believe there's best open world experiences. Now, you can claim that both are one and the same, but I don't know. I don't like to label one open world game better than another, because every single open world game that I've played has done something unique or has done something to set itself apart. So for me, I like to sort of categorize it as best open world experiences. Now, I have
That's
a
a
list.
good way to look at it.
I have a list that I want to share with you of, I would have to say, my top 5. Now remember, none of them are better than the other. They're just really, really good open world games, right? Open world experiences, I'll call it. Now,
Right.
the first one on my list is The Witcher 3. Second
Now,
one,
how far have you gotten into that?
oh man, to be honest with you, I don't even know. That's
But,
another.
I mean, is it a good chunk that you can say put it on this list?
Yes. I would have
Okay.
to say it's a good chunk. I would have to say I have to have finished at least 25% of the game.
Okay.
And that says a lot, because it's a big game. And the reason I'm putting The Witcher 3 is because the way it does storytelling. Every mission, and it doesn't matter which mission you're playing, whether it's a character mission, a main quest line, side quest, a hunt, or some sort of treasure hunt. Each mission feels like it's an actual main story.
Okay, so you do a mission and it feels like you're progressing.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on Gwent, because Gwent, I'm pretty sure you've heard of it.
Yeah, I have.
Obviously, Gwent is like Heroes of the Storm.
Right.
Oh, I'm not Hero of the Storms. I'm sorry. Hearthstone. It's exactly like Hearthstone. It has the same concept, and my God, you can get lost just playing this one game. And there have been people out there who just go into
Yeah,
The Witcher 3 just to play Gwent. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've read that.
So it just does everything right. I mean, I'm not talking about the open world in general. We can talk about that separately, but it's just all the little things that it does, right? Which leads me to another game that does storytelling just as good, which is Horizon Zero Dawn. Another game.
I haven't even played that, so I wouldn't even know.
Do you plan on getting it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Another game that really does storytelling very well. It does the whole main stories, side quests, but they all feel just equally as important. And what surprised me was it is a game that has no trophy for collectibles.
Now, are there collectibles?
Yes. And
Okay.
the reason why it shocks me is because the collectibles serve as a dual purpose. Not only, for you to actually go out and collect stuff, but it actually provides backstory to what happened before the collapse of the world.
Okay, so it's kind of like it gives you just more lore.
Exactly. It does it in the form of audio files and I believe text files, which kind of look like emails, sort of.
Okay.
So, and then there's these thing called vantages where you have this. It's almost like an earpiece that's called. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot what it's called. It's damn it, I completely forgot. That allows you to see things that other people can't see, right?
Okay.
So there are these vantages that are they look like kind of cracks in the code where if you stand in a certain spot, it actually reveals what the area looked like before the fall.
Okay.
And
That's
it's
cool.
considered as a collectible. The next game on the list, and this one's always going to be on every best list, and I will fight people to the death on it, Metal Gear Solid 5.
No, I mean, some people might not call it an open world just because it's not technically an open world.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's fine. I mean, I have no problem with it.
look past everything that's happened with Kojima and how they spliced the game up. There's an entire chapter that's pretty much missing. Just look past all of that. Even the story that's there, it's still good. The graphics are amazing. The open world feels huge. You can tackle
Yeah,
any.
I mean, that's one of the things I loved about it is you can do with what is in the game, you can do anything.
Yeah, and you can tackle it at any time of the day, which
Right.
drastically changes how you have to approach each I guess each outpost that you tackle,
Right.
which is good. Not many games do that, but Metal Gear Solid, it's always going to be on top of the list. Then the next, which I believe is number 4, is Assassin's Creed Origins. A game that is just gigantic. It's just so much to do. You have a lot of the side quests that are just really fun. The gladiator arena, and you have the chariot races. Like I said before, if Ubisoft doesn't take advantage and make a separate game just for gladiator fights and chariot races, I'm telling you, man, they're missing a big opportunity because they did it with Black Flag. Now they have Skull and Bones,
Yeah.
which they need to do another one, right? Even just a chariot races, call it like Need for Speed or something. I don't know, but Assassin's Creed.
What's the next one?
The next one, Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 15. It's
I haven't even played that, so I don't even, and don't plan on getting it. So
I know, even if you don't get it, right? Anybody who has played it or does want to play it, it is an amazing open world game. An amazing open world game. The story is very good, and it's one of the very rare games that you actually get attached to the characters. Not many games.
now, would you say the story is on par with some of the other previous ones?
Oh yeah, definitely
Okay.
on par. Only because since the story is crafted in such a way that it pulls you in, right?
Okay.
And I'm not going to give it away, but I know you're not going to play it, but there's certain instances that happen to all 4 characters separately, and there are points where the group actually disbands. And there's points where you're like, oh my god, why did they break up? What's going to happen? You spent so much time with it. You actually feel like you're part of that group,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
I understand.
not many games can do that, and that's why I'm going to put it on the list. And also, the world is just huge. It's just huge. And I'm going to give one honorable mention. And that one
Mm-hmm.
honorable mention is Just Cause 3. Because that map is ginormous, and all you do in that game, there's no story. You just blow stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need a story. You don't need a backstory. Helicopter, weapon, just go blow as much stuff up in a short amount of time. And those are I guess my top open world experiences. I don't know what list you have or what games you've played recently that fit that criterion.
Okay. I mean, there's a few. I have a few.
Hmm.
I can't believe we left this off. A small game, Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know if you've heard of it.
You know what? It's an indie developer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that indie developer. See, and that falls under indie AAA. And there's a reason why I left it out. There's a reason why I left it out. Is
Go
because
ahead. Let's hear it.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is always. Name me one Grand Theft Auto that you didn't like.
I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, it's always Grand Theft Auto is always the line. It's always the benchmark.
Exactly, and every time they release a new Grand Theft Auto, it always sets the bar. Always. So for me to say, oh yeah, Grand Theft Auto is one of
No,
the best,
I feel you have to be
it's like
honest.
redundant because we
I'm
already
sorry.
know. Yeah, we already know Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 4, even Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Every Grand Theft Auto has set the bar. And you know what? Grand Theft Auto 6, there are rumors that it's being worked on, is going to set the bar as well. So you know what? But I'm glad
We have no doubt.
Yeah, no
We
doubt.
have no
But
doubt.
I'm glad you mentioned Grand Theft Auto 5.
Another game we both played that I really enjoyed, Mad Max.
Okay. A game that I still haven't finished, but I am going to finish.
And you don't think if you're just driving in the desert, like what could you might think at first it kind of get boring, but I never got bored of it.
Not for nothing, the car combat was just amazing in that game.
Yeah, I never got bored of driving. They made the environments different enough.
Right. And I know you did this, and I know everybody who's played Mad Max has done this. Obviously, when you're driving around, you see those cars kind of stranded on the side. Tell me you don't boost
Yeah,
and you go straight for them.
of course, man. But just the car combat, the story.
Even the hand-to-hand combat, it was brutal.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it wasn't like Batman or anything, but it was doable.
It was yes, exactly. But good choice. Mad Max, very underrated game.
Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about that game
Yeah,
enough.
it's so well. Then again, remember, I did a very brief, criminally underrated segment on Mad Max. You have to remember, it was released the same week Metal Gear Solid 5 was released.
I want to say, yeah, it got around. I want to say it got released some other games as well. But you're right, and not enough people talk about that game.
Yeah, one was Mad Max. Abzu was another one. Tearaway Unfolded was another one. They all got overshadowed by Metal Gear Solid 5. Rightfully so. I mean
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on.
Another game we both played, The Division.
Okay. Yeah, a game that we played the crap out of.
Yeah. At first, when you first are wandering through those streets, everything seems so random. You're not really sure what's gonna happen,
Right.
and it did suck later on. But at first, the Dark Zone was good.
The Dark Zone. See, here's the thing about the Dark Zone. It kind of lived up to its name because when you went in there, you literally didn't know what the hell was going to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it lived up to its name, but I think it sounded good on paper, but just the execution wasn't there.
Yeah. Hopefully, they learn from it, and hopefully part two.
And I appreciate that they added that type of area, sort of PvP, where anything can happen, because you really did witness some very intense moments in the Dark Zone. We've played the Dark Zone just teaming up, just us two. We've been in a crew of 4,
Yeah.
and it was a unique experience every time we went in. But
You're right.
it was when you
It did get broken. After
yeah,
a while.
whenever you get into a game that especially every character is specifically customed, you'll run into the problems where characters are broken, weapons get broken, so there's that thing that you need to look, and hopefully for the next one, even if they do add some sort of Dark Zone, hopefully they would have learned.
Or somebody has the best gear.
Exactly.
Always.
There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna have the best gear, that's gonna one-shot everybody. There's
Yeah.
always that one person. There's always that one person, and it's unavoidable. It's just the way that it is.
But even the PvE area, just the outside the Dark Zone, It was so detailed, and everything felt good outside the Dark Zone.
I'm gonna say it once and I'm gonna say it again. Ubisoft knows how to make an open world. They do.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing.
And remember, we live right across the river from New York.
Yeah, so we kind of see.
So we kind of see it, and to be able to actually go down the streets. I mean, they didn't have every store replicated, but you can say,
No.
okay, where's the B&H, here's the Lincoln Tunnel, here's Madison Square Garden. It was nice to see them actually put the time and
Right.
recreate it almost one to one. And
Right.
job well done to the people. They really did their research.
Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, you could tell they did research. They put in the work.
They really did put in the work, and I was very impressed with the way, granted it wasn't a large open world, but it was enough to where it was an enjoyable experience. And
For the time, I think it was pretty for the time. If you go back now, I think it's pretty large.
yeah, I mean they added more areas.
But even vanilla, just day one,
Oh yeah, day one, yes, yes.
I think it's still pretty large. You can't run the entire city in 2 minutes or something.
Right. No, but definitely a very unique open world experience, and you're right. It definitely is deserving of being on that list.
I also have Assassin's Creed 3.
You know what? Another underrated Assassin's Creed. That Assassin's Creed 3 was the last Assassin's Creed or even any other game that I actually bought like the limited edition it came with the statue.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I actually bought that.
You still have it?
I still have it. It came with the statue of Connor with the flag, right? It came with an Assassin's Creed belt buckle, and it came with a George Washington's journal.
What was in it?
Just scribbles and writings.
Okay, okay.
It was actually a pretty cool little limited edition because it had a lot of stuff. Oh, and it came
Yeah.
with an actual 1-to-1 size replica of the Assassin's Creed American flag.
Hmm.
That I
You
that,
got a good amount of stuff there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That edition cost me, I could be wrong. It was either 80 or 100. It was somewhere in between that.
That's not bad if for all the stuff that you
But
got.
that's what I'm saying. That's even at that time,
Yeah.
the pre-order bonuses, they were bonuses. You got stuff. Oh, and that also reminds me. It actually came with like 3 extra missions, but they would give you like a digital code to download
Okay.
the missions. So just like the physical stuff that you got, the statue, the flag, the belt buckle, and George Washington's journal, which I still have. It's actually a pretty
Better.
it's actually a pretty cool limited edition, but they don't do that type of stuff anymore.
No, you only get digital stuff.
Yeah, you only get digital stuff or like really
Yeah.
low quality merchandise. Come on, you guys got to step it up.
But that open world, I thought it was deep.
I thought so
Um,
too. I thought so too.
And I liked just flying, jumping around and grabbing the collectibles.
Right.
I mean, it was by that point, Assassin's Creed kind of was already, how can I say, it was already,
It was already going downhill. Just say it exactly how.
yeah.
At
But
that,
but I did enjoy the open world.
yeah, it was an enjoyable. The story, the ending felt kind of rushed, but
Oh boy, that ending, man.
I know, man. It just felt like they just gave up. That's exactly how it felt. It felt like let's just finish it and just be done with it, because at that point, the Assassin's Creed 3 or the Assassin's Creed franchise had already run its course. There wasn't
It
anything
was
else.
starting to. It was definitely starting to.
Because what came out after Assassin's Creed 3? Was it Unity?
I don't even know, man. Like, there's so many, like, the ones between 3 and 4, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, because I
I
remember
feel like that. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Rogue, and then there was, oh my God, the one with that you had to free the slaves. Oh, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, or was
You-
that was no, that was along with Black Flag. I'm sorry, that was along.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, at that point, it was.
Remember, didn't they release those mini kind of the side-scrolling ones too? Am I
Oh,
thinking something else?
Chronicles. No, Assassin's Creed Chronicles. That's the one
Yeah,
you're
there's
thinking of.
a few of them, right?
Yeah, there was actually Assassin's Creed Asia Chronicles, and then I don't want to say Egypt. I want to say
I think there's a Russian one,
yes, yeah, you're right. That's the one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, so
and I think there's a third one too. But
at
and that was between 3 and 4, I believe.
and at
I
that point
believe.
they were just trying everything and anything, you know, and then they stopped, and then
Well, they did 4, and then they stopped.
yeah, Black Flag, which was I still think one of the best Assassin's Creed games, and then they stopped, and then they
Yeah,
came back with Unity, which was a complete disaster.
right. But then they stopped kind of for a year, and they
Yeah.
did the word. But the 3, yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah, yeah. I like the setting.
Yeah, exactly.
It had a really good
I
setting.
like to see more. I don't know, maybe some more games in that setting.
Yeah, there really isn't that many games in the Civil War era.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
But I guess how would you? I mean, I don't know, but a good like a Telltale kind of game,
Right.
something like that. I also have I don't know if you ever played Prototype.
No, I actually never got to play Prototype.
It was for PS3, but it was
Yeah, but
another one with New York City.
it was a pretty decent game. I read the reviews, I saw the criticism. It was a pretty decent game.
Yeah, but at that point, there was a lot of those games too.
Right.
Infamous kind of was running that open world thing, but I enjoyed that game. You can mutate, you can kind of flip, throw cars around. It was like almost like Just Cause, where you can kind of just cause mayhem.
Oh, those are not for nothing. Those are the best kind of games where you could just like, and I think that's one of the big appeals for Grand Theft Auto, that you could just do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, you can either cause a war or follow the stoplight.
There, oh my God, I can't believe this actually exists, and I don't know if you've read it. I don't know if you've seen it. I've actually seen it, where there are people out there. I think it's mainly on PC, right? Grand Theft Auto 5, where people actually they go online and they actually live in the world, but they follow the rules. Like there's a cop that goes around. Like, believe me when I tell you, you need to watch it. It is outrageous because people like, if they get pulled over by the cop, like they pull over, the cop gets out of the car. He do you know why I pulled you over? Like
Did that happen?
dude,
No, that didn't happen.
dude. Go on YouTube and look up Grand Theft Auto 5, real cops. Like this guy was a real cop, and now he's a real cop in Grand Theft Auto 5. When you have the chance, look it up.
I will. I'll look it
It
up.
is just so outrageous, but you know what? It makes sense. Like you said, it's a world where you can go in and cause a roar, or you can follow the rules.
That was Prototype. Prototype, there was no rules. You just, you just
I'm sorry.
destroyed everything.
Yeah, but those are the best. Those are by far the best games where there's just no rules and they just let you cause as much destruction as possible. We need more of those.
I just want to mention also Burnout Paradise.
Oh,
I don't know if I don't know if you played
I
that.
just said that I did play Burnout Paradise, an open world racing game, one of the very last, I want to say, really, really good open world racing games.
Those are kind of. I feel like now we're getting that a lot. The open world racing game.
But
I might be wrong, but I feel like we're getting that a lot.
no, I mean they did it with Need for Speed. I want
It
to
seems like
say,
every racing game is open world.
yeah, because that's the thing now. Everything has to be open world now. The Forza series is always open world. You have,
Crew.
the Crew, which is literally the entire United States.
I just feel like that's a subgenre, I guess.
Open world racing. No, it is. It is definitely a subgenre. And speaking of, do you have first of all, before I begin with my next segment, do you have any other games or?
No, I'm good. That's
Okay.
my 5, and then the Burnout Paradise.
I did a little bit of research, right? And we're gonna
Okay.
play a little game.
Okay.
A first for this series, right?
Okay.
Okay. I would cue music, but I don't have any music ready, and I don't want to.
You'll edit that in.
Yeah,
You'll edit that
and I
in.
don't want to get kicked off of YouTube, so I'll put something in. Okay. All right. In your best guess, right?
Okay.
What game do you feel has the largest open world from a square mile point of view? Which
And
open
do you have
world?
the answer? I'm assuming you have the answer.
I did research, and
Okay.
you know what? A lot of people did this research as well. A lot of people wanted to know, and you know what? We should have this data somewhere. And you know what? Thanks to the internet, and
Well,
this was taken from a couple of various websites. It wasn't just one website because everybody had their different sort of rounded numbers. So I was
okay.
able to pull a couple of websites and kind of make my own list. But before I get into the list, I want you to guess which game do you think, whether it be past or present, that you feel has the largest open world.
Now, can I ask like one question
Oh
or
no no
two?
no no! No, but feel free to ask as many questions as you want.
Well, I mean, the current gen.
Current gen, last gen, we'll limit it to PS2. We'll go back all the way back to PS2,
Oh,
which I know kind of makes it difficult because you know what? We'll leave it be PS3 and PS4. We'll make it a
okay.
little easier.
Okay. I feel like I want to. Does this game have a lot of re-releases?
That is a very good question. No, it doesn't have a lot of re-releases, but it's part of a very large franchise.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was.
Okay, no, not re-releases, but it's like consecutive, I guess. I don't know how you would call it.
The
But
sequels.
yeah, it has a very large franchise. It is a very large franchise. But you
Is
know
it-
what? You know what? Before I begin, when it comes to the number one spot, there is a little bit of controversy. But
Oh boy, now, bro.
but I'll get into it once we get to the top spot. I'll explain the controversy. But go ahead.
Oh, wait, I'm guessing the number one
Okay,
though.
okay, yeah. Guess number one.
I want to say. I mean, I don't know. I want to say one of the Fallout games.
Okay, that's a very good guess.
No.
No, but no,
Skyrim.
no. Another very, very, very good guess.
I don't know, man. Why don't you just tell me?
Okay. The largest open world game map on record, right? On record is
Oh. Go ahead.
on record, right? Is Final Fantasy 15.
I will never guess that.
The maps, and now this includes it because it's three different. I want to say three different maps. 700 square miles. That's how large.
Then you
that
played
map.
the game. How have you ever? Is it possible to?
It now. I have played the game and I questioned it, and I'm thinking to myself, "There's no way that map could be that big because it just didn't feel that big." But you have to also take into consideration there were multiple areas that you could explore, namely 3 different maps, right?
Okay.
But the one thing that really makes it 700 square miles is it has dungeons, and the dungeons are miles deep, but vertical.
I don't know about that. I'm calling a
That's no,
controversy on this.
but technically the dungeons are part of the open world. You can walk in and out of them at any time, at any point. So
Okay. All right.
yeah. So see, that's what I'm saying. Technically, it's part of the open world, and also there were a lot of people that wanted No Man's Sky to be number one because the maps are procedurally generated, and you're taking on the universe. But there were a lot of people who had they didn't want to include it is because we're fixated on just one map,
Yeah,
not
I think
multiple.
it's.
You know, so there was that little bit of controversy. Shouldn't it? Should it be? Me personally, even though I love No Man's Sky right now, I would have to say no.
I agree with you.
I would have to say no. Now, Final Fantasy 15 comes at number 1 with 700 square miles. Number 2 is Just Cause 3,
I might never guess that one.
measuring in at a whopping 400 square miles. But that one, you feel it. That feels like a large map. Okay. Now, number 3 is a game from the PS3 era, True Crime, San Francisco. measuring in at 240 square miles.
I never played that.
I never did too.
I never played any of them.
The next one, number 4, is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands.
And you played that.
I played it, and it measures in at 170 square miles. And
Now, is there like a lot of what makes that map? Like I don't know. Like...
There's a lot of mountain ranges, a lot of verticality as well.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if they are including that, but the map really does feel large. It really does feel big.
Okay.
And
number
5 is Xenoblade Chronicles, which was on the Wii, measured in at 154 square miles. All right.
When did GTA land on this, by the way?
GTA 5?
Yeah.
It ranks in at number 16, and I knew you were gonna ask me that question. That's why I had it ready. It measures in at 31 square miles.
Yeah, Skyrim?
Okay, the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim measures in at 15 square miles, which doesn't sound that big. I mean, it feels large, but when I see 15,
it is.
But when I see 15 square miles, for some strange reason, that doesn't add up. And another fun fact, your best racing game, Burnout Paradise, 26 square miles.
Oh, wow, that's bigger than Skyrim.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
but at least Skyrim has a lot of indoor as well.
Yeah. I mean, Assassin's Creed Black Flag measures in at 90.2 square miles. Right. Obviously, The Witcher 3, we said ranked it at 21. Grand Theft Auto 5, obviously, we read it.
Yeah.
Shenmue 2, 5.5 square miles. Interesting. Look, Fallout 4, 3.8 square miles, which doesn't really sound all that big.
But I'm sure when you're playing it, it feels.
Oh, of course. But that's pretty interesting. Just seeing how.
Yeah, to have those numbers.
Yeah, but not only the numbers, but the people who actually went through the trouble of figuring it out.
And there's always somebody.
There's always those people, and you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Those people, we thank you.
Yeah.
Because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this segment right now.
Right.
So interesting. And I always hate coming to this point of the episode, because as always, we gotta call it quits.
We do have lives.
We do have lives. We do have adult responsibilities. So, as always, check us out on levelbasedgaming.com.
Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter and on podbean.com.
And as always, thank you so much for tuning into the episode. If you have any ideas of any episodes you want to hear, any topics, drop us comments, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell for notifications for new content. And as always, my name is Felipe Parada. The other guy on the mic is Oscar Portillo.
And we're out.